Welcome everyone. This is our sixth video on the weekly legal update series. This video contains important legal events from 7th December to 12th December 2020. In first important news, the Supreme Court has observed that Section 149 IPC charge can be altered to Section 34 IPC if common intention is proved. In the case of Rohtas and Another versus State of Haryana, the court has noted that it is permissible to alter a charge under Section 149 of IPC, which talks about common object, to Section 34 IPC, which provides for common intention, if common intention is proved. In the present case, 3 out of 7 accused were acquitted of the murder charges. Therefore, the question was whether it was lawful to use the aid of Section 34 IPC to attribute criminal liability to the other members of the group. The bench placed reliance on the case of Karnail Singh versus State of Punjab and Nallabothu Venkaya versus State of Andhra Pradesh and held that it indeed is permissible to alter 149 IPC charge to Section 34 IPC. In second important news, a plea has been filed in Allahabad High Court challenging the constitutional validity of the Love Jihad legislation. This plea, which has been filed before the Allahabad High Court, challenges the validity of the recently enacted Uttar Pradesh Prohibition of Unlawful Conversion of Religion Ordinance, also known as the Love Jihad legislation. In this context, it is important to note two decisions of the Allahabad High Court. The case of Priyanshi versus State of UP holds that a person getting religiously converted solely for the purpose of marriage is invalid, whereas this decision was overruled by a division bench in the case of Salamat Ansari versus State of UP, where the court has recognized that right to choose a life partner irrespective of religion is part of right to life and liberty. In third important news, the Supreme Court has stayed the NGT order due to which the expansion work of NH 844 was halted. In a case filed in 2 writ petitions, the highway expansion project between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu was halted due to stay order of NGT, which required the National Highway Authority of India to first procure the environmental clearance from Ministry of Environment and Forest and imposed other conditions as well. This NGT order has been stayed by the Supreme Court by stating that the additional conditions imposed by NGT need not be carried out. In fourth important case, the Karnataka High Court has issued detailed directions to implement the Manual Scavengers Act of 2013. The Karnataka High Court in 2 writ petitions has issued detailed directions to state government for the proper implementation of the Prohibition of Employment as Manual Scavengers and the Rehabilitation Act 2013. The court has also directed the state government to file compliance affidavits before 30th January 2021. In fifth important news, the Supreme Court has held that in the event of disqualification due to conviction, no election petition is maintainable. In the case of Sarita S. Nair versus Hibi Idin, the Supreme Court was hearing an SLP against the rejection of election petition by Kerala High Court. While dismissing the appeal, the court has held that mere suspension of the execution of sentence is not sufficient to claim non-application of Section 8, Clause 3 of the Representation of the People Act 1951. The court has clarified that the disqualification will commence from the date of conviction and a mere suspension of the execution of the sentence is not sufficient to take the rigor out of Section 8, Clause 3. In sixth important news, the Supreme Court has said that declaration of land acquisition under Section 3D of the National Highways Act can only be made after obtaining necessary environmental clearance. In the case of Project Director versus P.V. Krishnamurthy, the Supreme Court has noted that declaration under Section 3D of the National Highways Act 1956 regarding acquisition of notified land can only be made after environmental clearance is granted. In seventh important news, the Supreme Court has observed that acceptance of gift can be inferred by the implied conduct of Tony. In the case of Daulat Singh versus State of Rajasthan, the court has observed that acceptance of gift may be inferred from the implied conduct of Tony, such as taking into possession of the property by Tony or being in possession of the gift deed, etc. Section 122 of the Transfer of Property Act, which defines gift, does not define acceptance or prescribe for any particular mode for accepting the gift. Therefore, even the implied conduct of Dhoni is sufficient to infer acceptance of the gift. In eighth important news, the Centre has informed the Delhi High Court that transgenders will now be included as a separate gender category in prison statistics report released by the National Crime Records Bureau. This brings us to the end of our video. Please like, share and subscribe for more customized updates.